ballers, they been seeing her work. You say you want an angel, then give her heaven on earth. I respect your relationship. I don't care if you don't, but I think girls better than men, and I won't tell if you don't. A dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Oh, a dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Yeah. She in Vegas, and Summer Lee with baller, she flagrant. Once a good girl is gone, she gone forever, more forever. And now she dog 'em out whenever. I respect your relationship. I don't care if you don't, but I think girls better than men. Gon' be more clever. Oh, a dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Yeah.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you, the All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. And we're underway at the legendary Lambeau Field. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Right to the air is Richardson. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Come on. Hey!
Out of shotgun, Richardson. Well, they swung out wide to Spears. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
And 5.
Here we go. Start. Hawk 70. Let's go.
From the gun, Richardson. It is complete. He finds Lockett. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
70, Timberwolf.
Lockett headed in motion. Opening carry of the game for Tajay Spears. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Vikings, 60 Warriors, 70.
Here's Richardson. Moving to his right. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain there of 20. It'll be a Vikings first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Here's a handoff, Spears. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. The incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down.
Cougar 19, ready.
Throwing is Richardson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And a fair catch called for and taken in, although we do have a flag down, so we're going to have to sort this one out.
Get it! Craft all 80!
Run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Viking 18!
Here's ETN. And he's going to be taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground? And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw is Sanders. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll be third down.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Okay, ready?
They need to get it to the 27. This is third down.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80. Ready, right?
From the gun, it's Shador. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Bronco 80. Ready?
They'll start this drive on the ground with speed. And up and down, just shy of the 40. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
So from the 39, they come up on first and 10.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Richardson. This one finds Lockett down the left side. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good games, 19 for this one.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Richardson to throw it here on first down. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding.
On the ready. Ready? Cougar 19.
Throwing, Richardson, rolling right, escaping the danger, throwing, and completing. Well, we'll get the penalty yardage back here, pickup of 10, and it will be second and 10.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Come on. Hey! 79.
Now whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Ready, ready. Get it. 70 range. 70 Timber Wolf.
The second down throw for Richardson. That one taken in by London. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
A tough spot here. Third and long.
Go! Panther 60, Panther 60.
Looking to throw. Richardson. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and take it.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Sanders now off the bootleg. That's caught. It's A.J. Barner, the tight end. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Second and 3.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
Viking 18. Ready, right?
They'll run. It's ETN. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold them to no gain.
Now a third and 2.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk Cougar 19. Ready.
They'll try to run for it. Here's White. Here's J.K. Scott now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Okay, break. Here we go, stack. Bronco 80.
Richardson to throw here on first and 10. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. Oh, big hole left side. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, they get the running back out of the backfield, and Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long runs. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target, and in this case, this guy, he does the rest.
Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Me and my bros in the stove and ride like when they outside, so I'm standing inside. Show you and I vibe, take a food like Tupac. I see the bunch of mean guys in the band and a tie. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody better than recognize. Ain't surprised.
Ready? Come on, let go.
Now, ETN. They'll get him behind his blockers. Get forward for pickup of 3. DJ Gardner-Johnson from the back makes the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Tag! Cowboy 80! Ready?
Sanders will throw it. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect. And it falls incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receivers say, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Sanders. And he's going to get there. He got the first out, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Room to run past midfield. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, Packers.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
70, Timberwolf. Go.
The carry here for ETN. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and
8. 2nd down and 8.
Get it. 70 Lions. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready?
Here's a give up the middle with White. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Vikings with the edge. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Third down and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hey.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. He'll find his running back, White. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down.
18 Cardinals.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Richardson. Metcalf pulls in that one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
Quick throw, and it's going to wind up incomplete. That is the run-pass option. Choose pass. Defender able to close it down and bring up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully. And that's where he'll turn it over to the offense.
At their own 20-yard line.
Begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Vikings, 60. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Flush to his right. There's to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. 19. Go.
Now, Sanders. Now a screen set up for ETN. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
On the 6.
3rd down and 3.
Tag. Viking 18. Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
On the ground, here's ETN. Oh, looks like he had the 1st down, but the ball is out. And the Vikings have the takeaway.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Cougar 19. Cougar 19. Steady.
On the handoff, this is Spears. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the right zone, inside the 20. A pickup there of 13. First down, Minnesota.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Ready. 70 Lions.
Once again, it's Spears. And this tackle there, he pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Hey. 7.
Richardson gonna look to throw. That's gonna be incomplete. Good work. The defender bodied his man up, wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Tap to 60. Tap to 60.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. Got a man. It's Lockett. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
First down.
Sudden change, so you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal.
Get it. Ready.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. Over the top, he's got it. Luke Schoonmaker, touchdown Minnesota. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Ready.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back in the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Here we go. Set. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it'll be brought outside the 35, but that is good enough to move the sticks.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
never disrespect. She won't let Jack Buster rise up in the place of chewing lead. Yes, I got the record, that's word on my feed. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Ready, Ryan. Ready,
A give, and here's White. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Come on. Set. 18 Cardinal, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Now, Shador trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked up by T.J. Edwards.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Ready? Cougar 19.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that smart. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Second and 11.
Ready? Hawk 70.
They'll stay on the ground with Spears. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. Here comes 3rd down.
Ready? 70 Lions. Ready?
From the gun, Richardson. A short run there to Otten. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
The offense is out there. 4th and inches.
Down. Viking 18.
They'll try it now with 4. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down by a good couple of yards. They get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
1st and 10.
Tag. 70 Timberwolf. Ready?
They'll run the toss to Spears. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
This is the job of any linebacker, Mike, having the ability to go downhill fast, hit an open gap, and make a play in the backfield. But I think we can actually consider this going above and beyond because he was able to make that stop so far behind the line of scrimmage.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go. 19 tight. 19. Bronco 80. Check, smash. Check,
And it in motion.
Ready, ready.
Throwing on 2nd down. Richardson. He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Come on. Set. Warriors. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will stay a 2-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
The drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's hard to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Let's go now.
They'll stay on the ground. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Get it. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Get it.
On play action, Shador. Swing this one out to White. That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag comes in. They may get bailed out here. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Back to the ground after the penalty.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
70 Lions.
On 2nd down, Sanders out to his right, just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
To the goal line and in. Alvin Ridley. Touchdown, Green Bay.
At this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. When you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield, it doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver's able to take it in for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No fun of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line.
Go! Go!
It's Otten in motion.
Ready.
On first down, it's Richardson. Moving outside the pocket. He's going to run it.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they failed to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Here's 2nd and 2. Richardson to throw. But he swung out wide to Spears. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
First down, Minnesota.
Okay,
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
here we go. Crack on, ladies. Go.
Throwing, Richardson. Exiting the pocket right. Now he'll run. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Let's go. 76.
Now Richardson. It's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 1.
Get up. Cowboy 80. Get up.
Here's ETN, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Ready.
3rd and 2. Now Sanders. And that is incomplete.
Bit of a letdown there. I mean, after that incompletion now, Mike, they find themselves giving the ball back. They're only down 8, so every single time they possess the ball, it's an opportunity to maybe get this thing back to all tied up. But every time they don't take advantage of a possession, it's another opportunity lost, and they've got to find a way. When they get the ball back, they've got to go chase some points.
Nearly a good one. It hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback.
Ready up. Ready. Bronco 80. Ready.
On the ground, it's Spears to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Ready.
2nd down throw for Richardson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Ready.
Throwing is Richardson. And that is incomplete. Contact, but the flat. Going to be 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit. That right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
They're on 41-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Drive begins with a run by White. He works free, right side. And he will go all the way. Rashad White, touchdown tackle. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
That's in the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Phillips.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Richardson to throw it here on first down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout. That's going to bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On second down, Richardson. That's caught right side. It's London. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Red! 60 Eagles!
We'll try and run for this with Connor. And that'll move the sticks. First down, up to the 40.
And that right there, Mike, is exactly what power run game on 3rd down is supposed to look like. The defense actually doesn't do a very bad job. They just can't wrap him up, and he's able to use that strength, shed that first tackle, and pick up the first down.
Cougar 19!
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 4.
Here we go, here we go! 70 Timberwolves!
They'll go right back to Connor. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. It'll be a Vikings first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
Ready! Not ready!
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cade up that time around. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80! Ready?
Looking to throw. Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 14 on the pickup. First down, Minnesota.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready, ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Richardson gonna look to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Golden. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And the Vikings first down.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Now Richardson. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
This has been a really good drive so far. What I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. To throw, it's Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal.
Just the Eagles.
Short throw brought in by Schoonmaker. And he'll take it on in. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Vikings. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Groupie now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Vikings will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
22-yard line.
Come on. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll start this on the ground. Here's White. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
Viking 18. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shador. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
On 3rd down, Sanders. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down. Packers set to kick this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That is fielded at the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Go.
He'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now for second down and 4.
Here we go. 7 Pirates. 70 Lions.
Here's Richardson. A short one there to Otten. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Okay, ready?
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 4.
Let's go. Hey, crap.
London brought in motion. He'll toss it to the right to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Richardson. Metcalf hauls in that one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here's second and 3 to go.
60 Vikings.
Now it's Spears. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got a man. That's the tight end, Otten. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A gain of 11, and it's first and goal.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They've got it at the 8, first down and goal.
Go! Ready?
On the bootleg, it's Richardson. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal. A
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Ball at the 3, second down, and goal.
Viking 18. Bronco leading. Let's go.
Spear. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
He was taken down behind.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From back at the 5, here now 3rd and goal.
Here we go, set. 70 Lions. Hut, hut.
From the gun, Richardson. And he's in. Drake London. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
So Richardson and the offense ready to go for 2.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll drop to throw. This is hot. He's got it. And they tax 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
Outside, so I'm standing inside, shouting you and I vibe to the boot. Like Tupac, I see a bunch of mean guys in a band and a tie. Going on the west side, give a side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really
Hold the ready.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Come on, set. Bronco 80.
Now Shador. Now a screen set up for ETN. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
70.
From the gun, it's Sanders. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Ready. Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Here's a give up the middle. Connor. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go. 19 Tigers.
Throwing, Richardson. That's his tight end, Otten. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Metcalf, the motion man. From the gun, here's Spear. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was brought down by 4 yards. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Packers' 34-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Once again, it's Spear. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
18 Rattler.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Vikings will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
On play action, Shador.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
The carry here for ETN. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, that's it. 3rd and 2. Now Sanders. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple.
Set up. Ready.
He'll go. It's White. First down and more to the 45. It's a pickup of 14. And the decision to go for it pays off.
That's good.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath, but give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Let's go now. Ready.
On second down, Sanders. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
On first down, the drive begins with Thomas. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
That's a 39-yard run. Brings up second and 9.
Straight ahead, it's Spears. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The 40-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings up third and 8.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Go! Trap 60! Trap 60! Ready.
Here's Richardson. And that is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. This fielded in the end zone. Oh, looked like he may have had a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return.
Let's go. Let's go.
As Shador on first down. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
On second down here, Sanders. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get them off.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll try to throw for it with Sanders. Oh, man, that's Barner, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, But it works out as they convert on fourth down. That one on target. Terrific. And they'll be taken down at the 30. It is a big-time play for the Packers. 42 yards. First and 10.
Packers, first down. First and 10
70
at the 30-yard line.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And this is going to blow up on them. So much for a fake. It's a sack.
Cowboy 80.
Brings up second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Cougar 19.
Now someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback.
Ready, set. Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Savion Williams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for two. They'll try to pick it up with Etienne. And he's not going to get in. The decision to go for two doesn't pay off. Unable to cut any further into the deficit.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Get it. Bronco 80.
A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And he'll be brought down, but what a run down to the 40. A big play to kick off this drive. 31 yards.
Boy, they got the block to spring him, and it was a foot race. And when he gets in that foot race, Mike, he's normally good for this type of yardage before anyone's able to run him down.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Steady.
On the zone read, given to Connor. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Ready. Viking 18.
They'll go again here to Connor. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
On third down, they go with Spears.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
We're about ready now for the punt, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead.
Signaled for and taken. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come up for first and 10. They'll drop to throw. One down the field, but it is incomplete.
So they're not going to come down with the reception, but Mike, this is actually a really good ball. So with the coverage being as tight as it was, the only place that quarterback could put the ball is high and to the outside, saying, hey, if my guy can't come down with it and keep his feet in bounds, nobody is. The last thing you want to do is miss that ball on the inside, because those are the ones that ended up going the other direction.
Here comes second down.
Come on, come on.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and we'll bring up third down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he's going to have the Packers first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the fourth down conversion. He's got a receiver, Allen Lazard. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
First down.
Again, it's Sanders. He's going to uncork one. Looking for Wicks. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier. And
he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Going to need a big play now. Third down and long. From the gun, it's Shador. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Ready? Ready?
Now it's Sanders. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
Can't be lying.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. And this long winning streak showing no signs of slowing down. They put one more in the win column with yet another solid performance here. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. Can't stop the run.